You think they're bringing too many people in on the group chat? I do think it was a false flag. I think it's a false flag for the stupidest reasons imaginable. That is to say, like, this is why we need the ballroom. I feel like they might have let too many people into the group chat. You do not want this many people in. It's what happens when you have like an influencer presidency. Literally, everybody wants to get in. Do we really need Randy Fine in the group chat? Do we need Randy Fine in the same group chat as like 18 groypers? Is that necessary? This is why Trump needs to build the White House ballroom. This is why we need Trump's ballroom. Thank God Trump's building a ballroom at the White House. Now you know why the left is suing to block Trump's privately funded White House ballroom. We need the White House ballroom. You can actually tell which of these grifters thinks more highly of themselves and which of them are the most shameless. Nick Adams, totally shameless. Wall Street bets, totally shameless. Cernovich, as always, head up his ass. So when he gets the message, this is what you need to tweet, he's like, I'm going to put my spin on it. I'm not like those other guys. I'm going to put a spin on it, you know? Libs of TikTok, incredibly boring, no self-respect, you know? Meghan McCain puts the whiny spin on it, right? Because Becky McCain is like a whiny bitch, you know? She's like a ooh blue blue blue, how could you kind of person. So she puts the like victim spin on it, you know? Cernovich being authentically crazy. He's a bit of a real one. The Bush administration was more competent in their talking point. In the Bush administration, they didn't have group chats. That's the thing, you know? You couldn't have Signal group chat leaks during the Bush admin because Signal wasn't a thing back then, okay? Whatever Telegram these people are all sitting in, Telegram didn't exist back then. They were not all in IM channels. It's only a tiny fraction, too. I know it says it right here, by the way, but in case people don't know, like, we already knew this because it's obvious, because for one, it makes sense, and for two, you can see it, like, it's evidence of this behavior. But Ashley St. Clair, Elon Musk's baby mama, who turned away from the right when Elon blocked her on everything and then took away her blue check mark for the crime of asking him for the child support payments that he promised, said that basically every right-winger on Twitter is in the same group chats, and they're all just given marching orders by the admin. Like, it's like what happens at Fox, but like way more dumbed down. It's literally just you wake up, hey, everyone, tweet about this. Okay. And they all tweet about it. Like, it's just like that. Like, it's very, 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 very top down. Yeah, they let Fetterman in the dang group chat. We were there front and center. That venue wasn't built to accommodate an event with a line of succession for the U.S. government. After witnessing last night, drop the Trump derangement syndrome and build the White House ballroom for events exactly like these. Not Fetterman Lamau. No. It's like all of them. It's genuinely all of them. So did they pay the person to charge the ballroom, or how does that factor into the false flag? Nah, you would never do that. My guess personally is that the FBI identified the shooter as a threat long before he made it to the hotel, and they were just like, yeah, there's probably going to be like a guy making a shot at it. You know, he's going to be stopped, of course, because there's 50 lines of security before you make it to the actual ballroom. So when it happens, we're all gonna, we're all just gonna post. Doesn't really matter. I mean, any level of conspiracism, I think, is warranted when you're dealing with administration that lies as transparently as this one. Every day is another market manipulation attempt. I don't really care. You can believe whatever you want. It doesn't really matter to me. I believe Kamala Harris was a strong candidate. Dial it back. Dial it back, bucko. Anyway, the media is having fun with this. No one gives a shit, right? No one actually cares. No one gives a fuck. Fool me once, shame on you, etc., etc. It doesn't really matter. We're really living in like a post. It's weird because in some ways society is more consolidated and monocultural than ever, but in other ways, like, it is incredible how little this moves the needle now. If you think about it's not just here, right? Like, even Trump's original dubiously legitimate assassination attempt, that one also didn't move the needle at all. It was like a big fuss for a couple of days, but it really ended up going kind of the same way as Charlie Kirk. It's like, you have a month of every right-wing account posting, the left doesn't realize what they've unleashed, and then nothing happens. Officials believe the suspect traveled by train from California to Chicago and then on to Washington, where he checked in as a guest at the hotel. The very first time Trump ever went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner as president. Train base. Yeah, they're getting their anti-train pointers in. Kash Patel found bullets in the ground, anti-ballroom scribbled across them. They actually do have his manifesto, which is really, really, really funny for a specific reason. Okay. Hello, everyone. So I may have given a lot of people a surprise today. Let me start off by apologizing to everyone whose trust I abused. I apologize to my parents for saying I had an interview without specifying it was for Most Wanted. I apologize to my colleagues and students for saying I had a personal emergency. By the time anyone reads this, I will most certainly do need to go to the ER, but can hardly call that not a self-inflicted status. I apologize to all the people I travel next to, all the workers who handle my luggage, and to all the other non-targeted people at the hotel who I put in danger simply by being near. I apologize to everyone who was abused and or murdered before this. To all those who suffered before I was able to attempt this, to all who may still suffer after, regardless of my success or failure. It is an ass manifesto. I don't expect forgiveness, but if I could have seen any other way to get this close, I would have taken it. Again, my sincere apologies. On to why I did any of this. I am a citizen of the United States of America. What my representatives do reflects on me, and I am no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes. Well, to be honest, I was no longer willing a long time ago, but this is the first real opportunity I've had to do something about it. He's holding. While I'm discussing this, I'll go over my expected rules of engagement, probably in a terrible format, but I'm not military, so too bad. Administration officials, not including Mr. Patel, they are targets prioritized from highest ranking to lowest. Can somebody please give me an explanation for this, which is not conspiratorial? So he's concerned about the Epstein files because he called Trump a pedophile. Kash Patel is literally the most complicit person in covering them up. Pam Bondi's out already. Why specifically remove him here with no explanation? The only explanation I can think of, and I'm being real, and I'm sorry, is that all of this is fake and that Kash Patel is going to be fired soon. So the reason they excluded him is because they didn't want him to get any victim cred. And also this was written by like a retard. I need another explanation than this. Why on earth would somebody willing to sacrifice their own life taking a run at the pedophile president specifically cut out Kash Patel here? Because it'd be mad funny. Yeah, I guess. And this gives legitimacy to oust Kash. I mean, there are rumors he's soon to be, fired anyway. So, excuse me. I don't think Patel was excluded, Vosh. I just think he's relatively low ranking compared to cabinet officials. I don't want to yell at you. I wasn't really interested in like bad devil's advocate argument. Like administration officials, specifically not this one person. Come on, why single him out? Also, again, director of the FBI. He's not exactly low ranking. Anyway, yeah, it's all fake. False flag. You see, they took J.D. Vance away before they escorted out Trump. Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty funny. They know Trump has, like, I don't know, however long left. He's a fan of Cash's work on the Charlie Kirk investigation. That'd be pretty funny. Excluding him, his due reward, not targeted for scrutiny. Only a secret ally of the American people could have fumbled that investigation so badly. In order to minimize casualties, I will also be using buckshot rather than slugs. What? Okay, yeah, I'm going all in on false flag. I don't really care. Assassination with buckshot? Okay, yeah. That would increase casualties, Lamau. It would increase like random damage. It wouldn't increase you can't fucking assassinate someone with buckshot. That's insane. Like, why would you me entering the venue with a blunderbuss that I filled with silverware that I stole from the kitchen? Yes, you can. Shut the fuck. I'm uninterested in your sophomoric understanding of how firearms work. An assassination with buckshot is insane. It's the most insane thing I've ever heard in my entire life. It's genuinely the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life, okay? I don't want to talk to you about it. Exploding cigar type. Yeah, seriously. It's all fake. Cole Allen had a picture of himself on Instagram in an IDF sweatshirt before his profile got removed. That's probably fake. I need a better source on that than RT, I'm afraid. I choose to believe it. To be fair, the blunderbuss of silverware would be significantly more deadly than buckshot. So stupid, man. It really does reek of indignancy, though. Like, Trump is fed up with judges blocking his ballroom construction. So he was like, all right, everyone, I'm going to leave the White House one time. And then we're going to fake this. And then I'm going to be really indignant about it. Look what happens. Hey, everyone, look what happens when I leave the White House. It does seem like a him problem. Okay, Vash, I have one theory. One theory for the buckshot, or one theory for why Kash Patel, director of the FBI, primary architect of the cover-up of the Epstein files, would be the one single person excluded from scrutiny in the manifesto. In the 2-page manifesto, this looks like it was typed up on the train ride over. Okay, I'm actually gonna lose my fucking mind at people in chat who are like, well, technically you can kill with buckshot, you could kill someone with a spoon. Are you actually gonna do this right now? Are you serious? Are you Did you know that? Well, actually, you can kill someone with a drop of water if you accelerated to an assassination with buckshot. I'm not hearing with you guys. I'm not doing this today. I'm not doing this today with you people. He felt bad for Kash getting cucked, like he knew beforehand. Your cortisol's already spiking. My cortisol's going to spike to the fucking moon if I have to see a subreddit post later. I think that Vosh confused birdshot with buckshot. Doesn't Vosh real if the cardioid artery got struck by technically actually it could kill there are many pellets in the buckshot. You could kill 50 people actually if every pellet hit the cardioid artery of every person. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Shot Vosh with a buckshot full of cortisol. That would do me in. Oh my god. Anyway. 6 new posts just hit this subreddit. All calling you a fat retard. Only 6? That's not so bad. Trump falling here legitimately posed a higher risk to his well-being than the buckshot could have. They really did get JD Vance out so much faster than Trump. They rushed JD Vance out so quickly compared to him. I know that Trump is an obese 80-year-old. But still. Yeah, dude, look at this. Do you think it's because Trump's personal security detail knew it was fake, but JD Vance's didn't because they didn't let him in the group chat? Is JD Vance the only guy not in the group chat? So JD Vance and his team were like, fuck, we gotta get out of here. And Trump's team was like, fuck, we have to move this fat fucking retard. We have to pretend. Is that because they want to separate the main and vice president? I mean, they separated them by letting Trump continue to sit there for like 20 seconds. Look at this shit, man. Dude, this first Secret Service agent just gets right there behind Trump and he's like, I can't move this fat fuck on my own. They yoinked JD's ass. Should we move him? Should we we have to like pretend, right? Like we need like 3 guys over here. Feel like they almost low-key want JD to be president at this point. You think the Secret Service agents are like trying to trip Trump a little bit? They're like, Mr. President, Mr. President, Mr. President, we gotta get please fuck, let him hit his head in the corner of a table so we can move on to a president who's like a little bit less difficult. Have you seen the video of Erica Kirk crying after? Yeah, it'd be really fucking funny if she got like CPTSD over shootings, you know? She's like the Kirkening Forrest Gump. Crisis actor PTSD. It's a tough job. You know? Look how many fucking guys are lifting him up, dude. It's great. Anyway, like the reason this is suspicious, in addition to being funny, is that like if you look at previous examples of Secret Service responding to shootings near the president, they do not act like this, like at all. They basically like football tackle the president and physically relocate him as quickly as it's physically possible to do. Like, their job really isn't the dignity of the president. Their job is to get them the fuck out of there. So between this and what happened at Butler, where both times they basically just like hang around for a bit, chilling, you know, it's just, it gets to a point. It gets to a point. One more time. Look, they fucking yank JD back by his goddamn shoulders here. Look at that. Should we? Yeah, we gotta. Yeah, someone. Yep, come on. They're not even touching him. Could he be hooked up to something medical? You mean like the fact that he wears a diaper? Like if they picked him up too quickly, they would squish all the poop out? Yeah, maybe. Because he's smelly? He is supposed to reek. Trump is supposed to reek, like, constantly. Yeah. Maybe they know he's fragile and old. I mean, hey, you can compare it to, like, Reagan, you know, those videos. Not the same, man. Also, Secret Service agents are very strong. You know, it's kind of their job. So I feel like if they really wanted to move him quickly, they would just pick the dang chair up that he was sitting in. I mean, it's their job to move him quickly, you know. He didn't even react to the gunshots. There is a very funny image, and I don't think it means anything on its own, but there is a very funny image where after the gunshot, there are people at the table who look shocked by the noise, and Trump is straight up hitting the DreamWorks smirk. He's doing the goddamn blue steel. It's really fucking funny. I don't know if somebody could find it. He does have a catheter. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, he has a catheter. He has like that like ankle brace thing, like the compression thing around the ankles. He's got a diaper. He's got a lot. He's got a lot. Shooter complaining about the lack of security at the hotel. Okay, wait, for real? It's a good thing that President Trump wasn't stationed in a ballroom with White House level security. That would have made it too easy or too difficult. But because he's at the hotel, like the one thing I immediately noticed walking to the hotel, sense of air. Is this a real? Okay, genuinely, what the fuck? Okay, now that all the sappy stuff is done, what the hell is Secret Service doing? Gonna rant a bit here and drop the formal tone? Like, I expected security cameras at every bend, bug hotel rooms, armed agents every 10 feet, metal detectors at the wazoo. What I got is nothing, no security, not in transport, not in the hotel. Have you ever seen a manifesto where the person complained about a lack of security at the venue they were about to conduct the assassination at, and then everyone aligned with the would-be assassination victim talks about how much like, the one thing I immediately noticed walking to the hotel is a sense of arrogance. I walk in with multiple weapons. Not a single person there considers the possibility that I could be a threat. The security at the event is all outside, focused on protesters and current arrivals, because apparently no one thought about what happens if someone checks in the day before. Like, the level of incompetence is insane. I sincerely hope it's corrected by the time this country gets gone. This level of incompetence is insane, and I very sincerely hope it's corrected by the time this country gets competent leadership again. Like, if I was an Iranian agent instead of an American citizen, I could have brought a damn Medusa in here and nobody would have noticed shit. Jesus Christ, man. It's not even, like, conspiratorial to... I think it's conspiratorial to claim it's not a false flag. This is fucking ridiculous, dude. Holy shit. Oh my god. What's a Medusa? It's like a slang term for a machine gun, according to chat. Well, I suppose at this point, the only conclusion you can really draw from it is, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's like it's a false flag, but who cares? It's like the kind of false flag Israel would do. This is like the U.S. presidential assassination attempt equivalent of when the IDF holds up a perfectly clean, pristine Mein Kampf in Arabic from a a Palestinian house they just bombed, and they're like, "Look at what we found," you know? Like no one cares. Like obviously it's a lie, but no one cares, I guess. When the assassination is due tomorrow and you haven't even gotten anything done. Fuck! I have a 200-word assassination due tomorrow and I haven't even started. It's due first period. It is what someone typed, Smart Sport 101. It's the manifesto, which I guess he was continuing to write even after arriving at the hotel. I don't even know what I'm supposed to title this, man, genuinely. Um they're calling it the most obvious false flag of all time still feels like it conveys some degree of insincerity. I don't know what title could possibly convey the complete 100% certainty with which I'm making this claim. How do you avoid going full conspiracy build? Well, I feel like you would have to be a conspiracy theorist to feel that this isn't a false flag. Um, I guess it's really funny that of all the things that the administration would pull this card for, it would be the fucking ballroom. It actually makes sense because Trump cares about the ballroom much, much more than he cares about Iran. You know? Like, if Trump was in any way involved in this, this is his priority by far. He wants the ballroom so fucking badly. He cares about it way more. So did he plan it himself? Well, not plan it, but like, so he's actually aware of it? The guy who can't lie? Maybe he can hold one piece of information secret at a time, you know? Maybe his brain had. Now that he's keeping this secret, he's gonna talk about the Epstein files. Assassination manifesto in late 2027. This would have been much harder if there were a 300-foot tall arch in DC. Oh my god. How would you set a conspiracy like this up? How would you not get your assassin killed? Yeah, if you were gonna false flag this, I feel like you need to kill the guy. They didn't kill the guy. I don't know. I anticipate weird information coming out later. You know, I anticipate, like, now that he's alive, I would anticipate weird info coming out later, like him saying he didn't write the manifesto or like incoherent messaging or something. I wouldn't be surprised if some weird information came out. He's alive. No, they got him alive. They got him alive. It's not a false flag. It's them seizing an opportunity to push for the ballroom. Okay, but like a third of the manifesto is him talking about how hard the assassination would have been if he had to go through a bigly ballroom. Like, I mean, he arrives at the function with a buckshot loaded shotgun. And he's like, thank goodness it was at a hotel and not a big, beautiful ballroom. All right. It's whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, yeah, but Kash Patel not being included in the list of targeted admin officials. If Kash Patel gets fired within a month, I'm tripling down on all of this, man. They didn't want him to get the victim cred. To be fair, clearly being excluded is far more ridiculous. Yeah, but it does kind of lend credibility to the idea that the Trump admin higher-ups would have been the ones to write the manifesto in the first place, because they are genuinely very stupid, you know?